If you'd asked me 3 years ago, I would have said I was the lucky one. The guy who somehow landed the woman everyone swore was out of his league. Her name was Ashley. We met at a summer wedding. Mutual friend, open bar, fairy lights strung through trees. You know the kind of night. She laughed at a dumb joke I made. And from that moment, we just never stopped talking. A few weeks later, we went on our first real date. Quiet Italian spot near Midtown. Ashley was sharp, grounded, beautiful in a way that didn't demand attention, and funny without even trying. She worked in digital marketing, ran half marathons, and had a strange addiction to crime documentaries. What I loved most, she didn't play games, or at least that's what I believed. After 2 years of what I thought was solid, healthy love, I proposed. No grand gestures, just a small moment between us. I looked at her, heart thudding, and asked. She blinked, then laughed. You're serious? I nodded. She said yes. 3 weeks later, she moved into my place. It wasn't big, but it was home. Mornings were coffee and quiet news. Evenings were her head on my shoulder. For a while, it felt like everything people talk about when they say they found their person. But then, little things started to shift. Quiet things. The kind of changes you convince yourself not to notice. Her phone, once face up on the kitchen counter, buzzing freely. Now it was always flipped over. Then came the late nights at work. Big campaign, she said. I trusted her. I had no reason not to. Until the explanations started to thin. Working late turned into grabbing drinks, turned into my phone died, or I crashed at Kayla's. I asked once, carefully, everything good? She smiled too easily. Of course. You're just overthinking. I let it go, but my best friend Jonathan didn't. He's the kind of guy who doesn't say anything unless it's important. He called me late one night, voice uneasy. Said he'd seen Ashley at Barstone that Saturday. She'd told me she was with coworkers. Not a group, Jonathan said. Just one guy, hand on her leg, whispering close. I didn't respond right away. He added, maybe it's nothing, but I figured you should know. That night, she came home around midnight. Said she was helping Kayla move. I didn't push. Just said, cool. Jonathan says hi. Her eyes blinked fast. He did? When did you talk to him? I shrugged. He called. She turned away, said nothing. But in that moment, I felt it, an invisible distance, a cold, sudden gap that hadn't been there before. Trust had quietly slipped out the back door. I started noticing more, not obsessively, just paying attention. A few days later, I texted Kayla, casual. Hey, Ashley said she helped you move this weekend. You all settled in? Her reply hit fast. Move? I'm still at the same place. Another time, Ashley said she'd be home by 7. At 7:45 I called. No answer. At 8:30 I got a text. Sorry, client call ran long. When she got home, I asked, how was the call? Her answer stuttered. Something about the client being confused. But her eyes? They told a different story. Then came the day we were heading out for groceries. Ashley couldn't find her purse. I went to grab it from the bedroom. Found it half slid behind the dresser. When I picked it up, something buzzed. Not her usual phone. She was already holding that. This one was older, black, locked, unfamiliar. I walked into the hallway, holding it. Ashley? She saw it and froze. Her smile dropped like glass. What's this? She paused. Oh, that's just my old work phone. I forgot it was there. But it's charged. Half a beat of silence. Then she laughed, light, dismissive. Gordon, are you seriously checking my phones now? I didn't fight her. Just handed it over, still locked. Just asking. She brushed past me, muttering, You're being weird. But that night, something inside me stopped waiting for the truth to arrive on its own. Then came Tuesday. Ashley had been restless lately, like her mind was always somewhere else. That night I came home from work and found her already dressed, keys in hand. Going somewhere? She didn't look at me. Drinks with Jenna. Haven't seen her in a while. Jenna? From your last job? Yeah. She texted out of nowhere. I nodded. You taking both phones? Or just a new one? That stopped her. She turned slowly. What? Your second phone, I said evenly. It lit up last night. I saw the name, Mark. She went rigid. I can explain, she said quickly, sitting down like her knees couldn't hold her anymore. I've been having panic attacks for months. That phone, it's from my therapist. I didn't want to worry you. Your therapist's name is Mark? Her head snapped up. I kept my voice flat. Missed call, Mark. She stood, the chair scraping loudly. You're spying on me. No, I said. I've been paying attention. You've been lying. She looked at me like I was a stranger. I can't do this, she said. Grab her purse. Didn't think you would, I replied. She walked out. Didn't look back. I didn't follow. That night, she didn't return. Or the next. 3 days passed silence. Then on the 4th night, I heard her key. She stepped inside like it was still her home. No makeup. Hair tied back. I stayed at Kayla's, she said. I needed time. I didn't say a word. She said anyway. I wasn't honest. About Mark. About everything. I folded my arms and listened. We knew each other before. We reconnected. At first, it was just talking, then it wasn't. Was it physical? She hesitated. Not for a long time. Only twice. I stayed quiet. I ended it after that, she whispered. So you lied about everything before that? I was scared. I didn't want to lose you. You already did. There was a long silence. She reached into her bag, slid the old phone across the table. No password, she said. Check whatever you want. I didn't touch it. I didn't need more lies. I needed clarity. But not from her. The next morning I met Jonathan. Told him everything, second phone, the lies, the name. If you still want answers, he said, we'll find Mark. Later that week, we did. I approached him outside his building. I'm Gordon. He barely looked surprised. Smirked. Figured you'd show up eventually. Relax, he said. She came to me. I didn't chase her. Did she tell you she was engaged? She didn't care. Said you two were basically done. He pulled out his phone. Showed me texts. You want the truth? There it is. I didn't punch him. I just walked away. That night, Ashley was waiting on the couch. Eyes searching. I didn't sit. I talked to Mark. Her face crumbled. He showed me the messages. She stood unsteady. I didn't know who I was anymore. You were so steady. I felt like I was disappearing into your life. You could have said that. I told her. Instead, you cheated. With someone who won't even lie for you. Her voice cracked. I know I messed up. You didn't mess up. You made choices. She stepped closer. I want to fix this. I don't, I said. There was no screaming. No tears. Just silence heavier than anything we'd ever spoken. I want you out. By tomorrow. She tried to speak. Nothing came. I won't fight with you, but I won't live with you either. She walked into the bedroom, shut the door. I slept at Jonathan's, just a couch, a beer, and silence. By the next day, she was gone. So were her things. The house felt bigger. Not better, just empty. I deleted every picture. Ghosted social media. When mutual friends asked what happened, I replied once. It ended. That was enough. In the months that followed, I rebuilt. New routines. Morning runs. I remembered that peace isn't just quiet. It's earned. 5 months passed. I hadn't seen her. No calls. No texts. It was like she vanished, and I preferred it that way. Then, one evening, a knock at the door. It was her. Thinner. Familiar. Haunted. I asked Jonathan where you moved. He didn't want to tell me, but I insisted. I won't take long, she said. I just need to tell you something. I stepped aside. I got pregnant, she began. A few weeks after everything fell apart. I said nothing. It's not yours, she added softly. It's his, Mark's. I told him. He didn't care. Told me to figure it out. She paused. I thought about not having it. but I couldn't go through with it. I'm not asking for anything. You deserve to know. I finally asked, if I hadn't found the second phone, would you have told me any of this? She didn't answer, just stood there. And in that silence, I got everything I needed. Before she left, she paused at the door. You were good to me. I know that. I'm sorry I couldn't be good back. I didn't reply. That was the last time I saw her. And this time, she left on my terms. It wasn't about revenge or forgiveness. It was about clarity. About not being a guy who kept asking how someone could do what they did. Because the answer's simple. They just do. People like Ashley don't come waving red flags. They show up as everything you want, until you stop watching closely. I used to think love was blind. Now I know better. Love listens in silence. It pays attention. And it never forgets what betrayal feels like. Because the greatest thing heartbreak teaches you is the value of truth.